Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. Welcome to the 100th episode of my weekly cruising tips. We're going to celebrate by drinking a Lucky Butter, an Ice House, and a Red Stripe at the end, while I give you some of the worst tip ideas I've ever seen. I wasn't sure whether to put it in a... Hold on. God, it's annoying. I wasn't sure whether to put it in my Red Frog fish bowl, this one, or just chug it. So, I think what we'll do is, we'll start with the Ice House in my Big Ben bottle opener. We're going to drink out of this. So, cheers everybody to 100th episode. Now, what we're going to do today is I went online and I stole every one of these from online, apart from the first one, which Michelle sent me. It tastes good. All right, Michelle sent me a bad tip. So basically, I'm going to read out to you some of the worst tips, questions, suggestions ever given. By the way, this is a sippy mug, but I'm not sipping beer out of that. Couldn't find anything else. Cheers, everybody, to 100. Hold on. Before we start, one more quick go. Where's my button? All right. Michelle. Here we go. I've got like quite a few. But I got quite a lot to drink while I do it too. Woohoo! I'll have a sip every couple of questions. Actually, what I should probably do before I start is I should probably open them. There we I can go all in one go. All right, the Ice House is empty. Not quite yet. All right, here we go. 100! Michelle, hi Mick, I saw your request for dumb questions for the 100th episode of Anti-Tips. The dumbest question I have ever seen was a Facebook post about 5 to 6 years ago where the person asked the crew if they go home at night. You can imagine the roasting responses, such as they walk the plank and they swim home. I've never laughed so hard at a cruise post again, and it remains my number one stupidest, funniest cruise question. I like it, Michelle. I'm not going to do that every time because I got all these to read out. We're going to go a few. All right, here we go. So, start with this one. These were in order, and I've completely lost what the order was. So, where are we going to go here? All right, here we go. These are from the internet. Dumbest statements, questions ever asked about a cruise. We were on an excursion to the beach in Belize a few years ago. There was a woman who was complaining very loudly to everyone that there was too much sand on the beach. As a drinking game, grab a beer and have a sip with me every time you hear a stupid statement like that. You would think that I could believe these were made up, but I know they're not. A year or two ago, overheard some lady on her phone telling someone, well, Mexico was okay, except that everyone spoke Spanish. On a cruise last year to the Canary Islands, we boarded a shuttle bus at one of the stops to take us into town. Soon after leaving the dock, we passed a long golden beach. A lady sitting behind me said, "Oh, what a lovely beach. I didn't realize we would be so near to the sea." I'm realizing I've got to do a bottle a page. I might be interested when I get to the last page. Here's a question from a fellow passenger, first-time cruiser we encountered. She asked us if passengers in outside cabins get extra blankets to stay warm at night. I can start burping soon. I don't make any apologies. On embarkation day, yes, we were still at the dock. A woman was complaining rather loudly that she had not paid a lot of money for her balcony cabin and she had paid. Oh, I'm messing up already. Let me start that over. And I burped. You missed it, but I did. On embarkation day, yes, we were still at the dock. A woman was complaining rather loudly that she had paid a lot of money for her balcony cabin and did not want to look at the parking lot all week. She wanted to see the ocean. 2 more on page 1. If you have any of these, put them in the comments. Could be some funny comments. One night at dinner, hubby and I ordered tuna tartare as our appetizer. Our table mates must have thought that sounded good, so they ordered it too. Appetizers came and we waded into ours. Then we heard one of our table mates say to the other, "The tuna's raw." The other one replied, "And where's the tartar sauce?" Last one, page 1. On the NCL Spirit last summer, this wasn't purely carnival, I took it from all over. On the NCL Spirit last summer, waiting in the poolside barbecue line, the guy in front of me looks down at the sizable and yummy looking ribs and asks the server, "Are those beef ribs or chicken?" Page 1 done. Pour break. This is Lucky Buddha, so called by the Buddha on the front of the bottle. I like Lucky Buddha. Just ask my good friend Tammy. Got to pour it right so it doesn't go over the top. Could be a bartender. All right. Page number 2. Lucky Buddha page. We're saving the red stripe for last. Here we go. I was not allowed to utilize the gym because of wearing a shoe called Crocs, which the staff considered flip-flops. I had no tennis shoes available. I found no tennis shoes on board for sale. One of the reasons I accepted this cruise with my wife was that I would be able to use the gym. I'm going to go out on a limb on that one because it may not sound that weird, but I will simply make this statement. If you are going on a cruise and one of your goals is to use the gym, shouldn't you bring some gym shoes? Have you ever seen anybody work out in Crocs? Oh, it's a very different flavour. There's one thing about beers. They all taste different. We were in line at guest services behind a man who was screaming about a bill of over $2,000 on his sign and sale card. Most of the charges were from the spa for beauty treatments and massages. Not massages, they're massages. He said, "No, my wife never used a credit card. She only showed them her room key and they gave the services to her. My card is the one we use to charge drinks and things." If you're going to make up a lie, everybody, make it a good one, because we all know you did not use the credit card to charge for drinks and things. Does taste good though. Please be advised that the Carnival Cruise customer who travelled on this cruise found his pants. They were located at home upon arrival. That's a weird one. By the way, don't think I read these. I didn't. I just copied it from the headline and just put them on a piece of paper. Why are the ruins in such poor condition in Rome? Oh God, here's the classic. I've used this one before and I've seen this one before. Can these elevators take me to the back of the ship? The mailman just dropped off. They always look in the window when they do that and see me in these outfits and they look, they just carry on. How do we have power this far from land? Basing this quite well, actually. Do they allow water skiing off the back of the ship? Yeah, they used to do skeet shooting, but skeet shooting isn't exactly water skiing now, is it? 3 more on this page. We can do it. Has the ship ever sunk? Whew. I just read the last two. The last one's a cracker. What do you do with the ice carvings? And that's a good one, but not as good as the last one. By the way, did I show you this is the Red Frog rum bar mug? You can buy these on board at any good Red Frog establishment. All right, here's the last one. You ready for this? I'm not even going to say anything after. How do I know which photos are mine? Sorry, it's a bit gassy. Be a pour break. Here come the red stripe. I feel like I'm in a dancing mood. I might burst into song in a minute. I should give you a live karaoke song. You have to come on board and see me do that though. Now I'm going to spoil the moment. Oh, turn it off. There we go. Right, put the recycle. Last page. I got a bunch of questions and a couple of... Yeah, oh, it's quite a lot in here. Hold on. Very gassy. Very gassy. My recommendation would be not to drink 3 beers this quickly. But then, who would ever listen to me? Oh, I think we already had this one. That just shows I don't read them. Even on the 100th episode, I didn't pre-read them. Question. Where does your electricity come from? Surely you don't generate it yourself. Maybe a very long power cord. You know, I was doing a taste test. Probably the red stripe is the best. Very tasty. A lot better than the bottle is a lot better than the can. This is actually made in Jamaica. The can is made somewhere in New York, but they only sell cans on board now. Bottles. We need bottles. Question. Are these islands completely surrounded by water? How many of you are still watching solely to see if I can finish 3 beers by the time this video is over and they're already bored with what I'm saying? Question. On having difficulty finding her way around the ship, one woman asked, will this elevator take me to the front of the ship? See, now we're duplicating. Now we're duping. Maybe I should have pre-read this one. Question. What kind of water do you use in these toilets? Salt or fresh? You know, do you ever ask yourself why? I mean, not that people care about the answer, but why would you even ask that question? What would be the difference? What would you be expecting? What would change if you were told it was one or the other? I don't know. Excuse me, sir, but we had pizza last night. This was someone in guest services. And we went to heat up in our microwave this morning, but the microwave is not working. The guest continued to describe the in-room safe. Oh God, there's another dupe. Oh God, these are all dupes. I feel so disappointed. The last one isn't. We'll make the most of it. Just pretend you've not heard these already. I really should have read these ones first. But it was so exciting, and I wanted to keep the tradition. I thought they'd all be different. Impressed with the sheer amount of hard-working crew members on board, a young lady asked, "Where do the crew sleep?" And the guest services replied, "A helicopter comes in at 2 a.m. each night to transport them home." Somebody complained, "The helicopter last night woke me up." Bit of a variation, really, isn't it? Bit of a variation. But I better get going because there's only 2 more and I've only drunk half of this. We'll save a big chug for the end. Question. What kind of water do you fill a pool with? Fresh water or seawater? I don't really get that because I don't even know. I mean, imagine it's seawater. Probably like, I don't know. Fresh water, I have no idea. I would imagine they'd recycle seawater in there. I have never been in a pool on a cruise ship, apart from when I was sticking ping pong balls in my Speedos. And I wasn't really paying attention to the type of water that was in there at that point. I was just trying to cram as many ping pong balls in my Speedos as I could. We're getting there. There's the last one. The last one of the 100th episode. I wanted to have confetti. I didn't have any balloons. I looked around for things I could celebrate with. Nothing. Just beer. All right, the very last one. Oh, hold on. No, it's not the last one. I messed up. This is actually very good. I missed the last line off of the last one. I didn't read it right. Silly me. We'll start that again. Forget the last one I said. I blame it on the beer. Question. Because it's a 3-part answer as well. What kind of water do you fill the pool with? Fresh water or seawater? The reply was seawater. So the question came back, does that explain why the pool is so rough today? Actually quite funny. I'd be quite proud of that. I don't think that's stupid at all. That's quite funny. Think about that. That's funny. All right, now we got the last one. Hold on, we need... Last one coming up. Anybody got one of these? Look, I haven't even... Look, still got the tags on it. Maybe I'll give it out as a prize one of these days. I got one up there too behind me. And I got another one somewhere. Don't sell them anymore. Probably worth a lot of money. But to me, they're priceless. I once gave all the bartenders in the Alchemy Bar one of these. It got on John Heald's page. If you ever saw that picture on Facebook, I'm the one that bought those hats for them. Because I'm a nice guy. Despite what some people think. No burp came out. Sorry about that. Oh, that smell. Yeah, not like the person on the cruise that said I was rude on the cruise the other week. All right, here's the last one. An hour into the cruise, after departure, a young woman realizes she has left her phone charger in her car and cannot understand why we can't turn around the ship so she can quickly nick back to her car and get it from the dock. And that endeth the 100th episode. I thought they'd be worse. I'm not going to lie. And that's the best the internet can do. I should make up some stuff that not make up stuff, stuff I've heard, but none of it's clean. Not quite done. Saving the best for last. Yeah. So that's it. 100 episodes in the books, and I have 0 tips for the next one. That could be it. Maybe we will retire at 100, unless you can rapidly get me more tips. Will there be 101? Well, I guarantee it'll be better tips than this. These are all... I think Michelle had the best of all of them. You know, I do like the one, and I've heard it before, does the elevators take you to the front of the ship? That's my favourite. But yeah, I've heard some people say some stupid things. But yeah. Well, thank you. I want to thank everybody for allowing me to get to 100 tips. We'll end this way. Thank you for allowing me to get to 100 tips episodes. Vast majority of them came from you lot. But if you want to get to 200, which will take an absolute miracle, then I would suggest you send me yours. If not, go back to episode 1 and start watching them all again, because you've probably forgotten episode 1. And yeah. Oh, I'm just realizing I might get copyright on the music. Doubt it. I want to thank my official sponsors, Red Stripe, Lucky Buddha, Ice House. There's a story behind Ice House. When I first moved to America, I was in Tampa in 1993, a bar called Montego's, and it just come out. So they were giving it away as free offers, and then we just kept drinking it forever. It's cheap, but I like it. Subscribe to my little channel. If you have any questions, my email is coming up at the end of this video. Please feel free to email me your questions. I will do my best to answer. If I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody that does. Send me your tips. Please, I need more. On the 200th episode, I'll make it much better. On the 150th episode, I'll make it much better. This is like a learning curve for me. I really probably should have read those better. I just, like I said, I wanted to keep the whole momentum going. I feel like deflated a bit right now. But put your worst ideas in the comments. But your not ideas, your worst suggestions or things you've heard said by people on the ship. Ooh, brainwave. These come across every now and then. On my next few cruises, I'm going to ask the crew for the worst questions they've been asked. I shall try and record them. And I'll put together a compilation on my 150th episode of all of the worst things a crew member's been asked on a cruise ship. I'll keep them all. I'll put them in one video. But you got to help me get to 150. Deal? And it will still be beer. I will not. Maybe I'll do a bottle of champagne. I do like sweet, like cheap, nasty champagne. Nothing expensive. I don't like liquor. Ugh. I have a target now. 50 more episodes. I got to get a lot of crew videos. It's up to you. I will see you later, Cruising World. I'm going to go for a nap right now, if you don't mind. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.